What's good? What's good? This your boy DJ Cree back with another video. Man, your boy Nick Cannon and Candace Owens dukes it out over rap music and education. Y'all check out this first clip and I'll come back with some commentary.
I will not accept. The conspiracy to me is to try to convince me that the times have changed and we went from, in the black community, producing Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston to what really black people really want to hear right now is Sexy Red. And so that's the reason why these record labels are going to Sexy Red and offering her a deal. I refuse to believe that. So yes, power is held by these labels when they go out, and I don't mean that as any disrespect to her. What I am saying is that frequencies are real, okay?
Exactly.
Frequencies impact your spirit.
There's been brothels and strip clubs and stuff since the oldest
But
profession
I'm talking
is,
about music, and you are correct, but Confucius said, listen to the music.
and you'll be able
yes.
to know the
And there's a reason for that.
society.
This people, in my viewpoint, have a lot of power in the music industry, also understand that. There is no reason to fight to put filth on the airways and then try to convince people that it's free speech.
Because it's
in fact,
profitable.
I will tell you, these people are being pushed in a certain direction. Women, you're being told, can you make it sexier?
Now, to be honest with you, I just got to say this, I do listen to both sides of the aisle. I'm not a Candace Owens supporter. I'm not like heavily on either side of the coin, but when you have a point, you have a point, But I will say this also. All right. When it comes to, music, rap music, and entertainment, yes, it is a thing that's mesmerizing. It bends your mind. Sometimes people don't realize how privileged they are to be in the position that they're in. And privilege, when you think of privilege, it's all sorts of ways that you could be privileged. Like me, I can, draw, I can write, I can do all sorts of things. I'm privileged in that department. Not necessarily privileged as I'm rich, but my perspective on maybe somebody doing like somebody drawing or being creative, I have a different perspective because of my life learned experience. And sometimes your life learned experience gives you an advantage or a disadvantage. And in this case, I think that freedom of expression is more important than anything else on a planet, because it allows people to become successful. It allows people to be who they are. Do I think the messaging in music is wrong? Absolutely. But I would not take away a person's freedom to express themselves either in any way that they want. And we have to get to the root of the problem. I think that's where Candace Owens missteps her shots, especially at people like Sexy Red and things like that. We only make that type of music, one, out of expression, and two, because the record labels give money for that. Now, if you really want to have a deeper conversation, these record labels are owned by white men, Jewish men, and Italian men. So the blame and most of the ills of society can be traced back to that. And it's funny how she doesn't go there but blames it on the black people that are literally like need money and need help. And if people find an easy way out, they're gonna take that easy. A lot of people gonna take the easy way out. It just is what it is. If you see a person drop $100 on the ground, a lot of people won't tell that person that, hey, you dropped $100. They'll wait till that person leaves, then they'll pick that $100 up. It just is what it is. In America, we value the dollar over anything else. And again, this goes back to the white people owning the record labels, the Italian people that's owning these record labels, and these Jewish people owning these record labels, in control of the contracts and things like that. And I will say this, I'm sorry to make this so long, but I feel about this. You know, um, the contracts weren't invented by black people. The contracts were invented by white people and Jewish people to keep ownership and keep control of the artists and their music. You know, so I think Candace Owens has valid points about black people, um, learning and needing a different message in the music. But if I do a positive album and the record label is not willing to give me $1 million, but it give me $1 million on doing something more ratchet, then it is what it is. Like I said, I wouldn't take the easy route, but some people will, and that is the law of the land. You know what I mean? But y'all, let's go to this other clip about education. Here we go.
Is it the government or is it the media?
Well, they're working together, and we know that for a fact. That's not a conspiracy, because look up Operation Mockingbird. I think this is one of the things that I care the most about, is becoming educated outside of a textbook, outside of the public school system, because the government controls what you're learning. This is the purpose of the establishment of the Department of Education. Again, people consider a lot of these topics far away. They go, oh, propaganda. Your government is deciding what you're going to learn in the textbook, and you are accepting that as a reality. And it's very far from reality. It's very far from what actually happened. You're basically reading a fairy tale all throughout school about what happened in human history.
The winners rewrite history.
That's exactly right. And so it's important to, at the very least, dabble in what they've declassified.
Who is the stronger enemy?
Again, she doesn't think she is a privileged person, but she is. It doesn't matter if you come from a place of wealth. Privilege is not just wealth, and I think she misses that whole point. Smart person. I like to hear her talk, but her points are always about the lower. It's easy to kick the lower level person. It's easy to kick them. If you go to, a fast food place like McDonald's, you be like, dang, somebody that's been working there 40 years. And there's nothing wrong with working at McDonald's. But it's easy to say, well, they didn't want to do nothing in life. It's easy to say that. You don't know what happened to that person and that person's career and why that person chose McDonald's. Or maybe it was something, the record was messed up. You never know. So it's easier to kick the easiest person on the ground down than to kick somebody higher up, And with the education thing, she forgets, we had to fight a valid fight over the past 400 years about education. We all are not educated the same way, at the same speed, at the same time. You have to give people time, us as black people, time to heal and to learn and to grow. At this point in Black Americans' history, we are more educated. We are more financially stable. It's just going to take some time, just like this last election. It's going to take some time for people to be like, okay, I'm not just going to vote Democrat. I'll vote Republican if I feel like my interests are more on the Republican side. It's taking time. It's a slow, gradual process. And I think, Candace Owens loves that two-sided talks that she does, telling the truth, but not really elaborating on the causes and getting to the root of all the problem. And again, it's easy to blame all the black people in the world. It's easy to blame, but you got to realize, your privilege is being around people who encouraged you to look in the books. Or maybe you were in a position where your household encouraged you to do things like that, and that's a privilege. Like, we have so many different privileges. It's not just money. And Candace Owens is a brilliant person to some degree, but I don't think bashing black people constantly is the way to win us over. But I think more black people over time are waking up. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about it. It's very interesting, the discussions that they have. Nick Cannon and Candace Owens. Y'all just check the videos out, man, and let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. More content is on the way. Peace.